In this video I'm going to show you how to set up the red photo booth. There are 4 cases that you need to set up the photo booth. There is the back section here. This has the 2 boxes, the bottom and the middle box. This is the computer section, which I have removed the panel for this demonstration. And then you need a ski bag with the curtains and the curtain rods in it. The first thing you want to do for safety is set up the floor stabilization bars. When you get them, they're going to be wrapped with some saran wrap. You can just take it off and then set it on the floor. Cut. So I've taken the 2 stabilization bars and placed them on the floor. You want to have the narrower channels in the back and these little thumb bolts in the front. This is where the computer section goes. This is where the stand-up section goes. Once you have that done, you want to go ahead and take this smaller rectangular box and unpack it. I usually just flip it on one side like this and pull out the slip case. You're going to want to keep the slip case when you transport it. It's easy to haul around. The hinges here are go in the top area. And then you unfold it kind of like an accordion, like so. You take this section here and pull it up like so. And there's a bolt here that goes in a hole here to secure that lock. Then you also want to flip this switch here and lock that into place. You're going to do the exact same thing on the other side here. Flip it up. Put in the hole there. And then flip this switch. And this one here. And then there's one more at the very top. This is your whole back section, and we're going to put this on the back section of the stabilization bars. Okay, so that's the back section of your photo booth set up. Okay, the next box we're going to open up is this tall, skinny box. And inside of it are 2 sets of boxes that are collapsed. This is one box here. I'm going to set behind me for now. And then the other box I'm going to pull out here and set against the photo booth for now. This empty box you can just set aside. It'll be used to transport the panels later on when you're breaking it down. Cut. This bottom box first, so this is actually the middle box. And there are color-coded pieces of tape here to know which corner goes to which corner. When you open it up, there are some pieces here. So if you find an orange piece of tape, it goes with the orange piece of tape over here. Go ahead and set this to the side. This would go together like so. And you need to slip this black piece of plastic underneath the aluminum angle trim there. Okay? So. And then once you have it on, you take these elastic bands and you stretch them over the bolt here. And that keeps the 2 panels together. Okay? You do the same thing on the other side by matching the colors up. So this one is white and white, as you see there. And again over here, make sure you slide the black underneath the metal aluminum trim. Sometimes it takes a little bit of messing around with. And again, take the elastic band and put it around here. And the other bolt on the underside. And the last part is the easiest. You're going to take this, match it up here. And lastly, flip it over and get the 2 elastic pieces on these bolts here and here. So this is the middle box. The bottom box is set up the exact same way. So I'm going to set that up and cut the tape now and show you how the two go together. Okay, so I set up the bottom box here, and you want to pay attention to where the hole is. This is where the extension power cord comes out of. Once you have this box set up, you're going to set it on top of these two C-channel rails here. And then once you get it set up, I'm going to go ahead and twist this connector. If the camera person could come forward so I could show them that. This connector right here is going to twist to lock this into place here. And the same is on the other side, which you can see right over here. Okay, once you have that done, we're going to zoom out again. You're going to go ahead and take this middle section, and you have to note where the removable panel is. This removable panel goes on the same side that the hole is on, like so. Now I'm going to put the computer section on here, and then we're going to show you how to assemble the rest of the booth. This section I'm going to show you how to remove this back panel here and attach the top and bottom section securely to the photo booth. Now we've already set the computer section up here, and the computer section weighs probably over 90 pounds, maybe close to 100. So you're going to need 2 people to do that. If you don't have 2 people, there's another way to do it, which I'll show you in a minute. To connect the bottom, middle, and top sections, there's 4 butterfly clasps that are located inside the booth. You take the clasp and you pivot it down, and then you turn it to lock the 2 sections together like so. You go ahead and do that on the opposite side. And there's also a clasp here on the very top, which is a little harder to get to. And there's one on the opposite side here, which you should also secure. And that will hold the whole thing as one unit so that it's stable. The other thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to take the power strip extension cord and bring it through the hole, and then run an extension cord through this hole up to this cord to provide power. This panel here is removable. It has some angle latches here that go into the bar, and then here and here are 2 magnets which hold it into place. Now this top panel here is normally going to be permanent. There's going to be 4 screws, machine screws in each corner. For demonstration purposes, I've just taped it to the top to show you the inside of this. When you get it, it's going to be full of some styrofoam packing material. You probably want to just leave that in there since you're going to be moving this photo booth around anyways. There's 3 main components to this photo booth. You have the digital camera up here, the computer, and this giant thing is the printer. Whenever you transport the printer, you should either tape or saran wrap the door so that if the truck is bouncing a lot, it doesn't get damaged. I'm going to go ahead and close this back down. And if the camera person could come over to this side here, we also have a wireless keyboard right here. And this wireless keyboard has an on-off switch right here on the side that turns it on. When you're not using it, you should go ahead and plug in this mini USB cord to the side, and that will charge the unit here. To load paper and ink into the printer, you're going to want to take off this protective saran wrap, pinch the very top right here, and that will open the printer door right here, like so. Once that door is open, you can remove the scrap tray right here, which catches the paper scraps. Once that's done, you're going to bring the camera in over here so you can see what I'm doing. There's this bluish purple latch. You pull this, and it brings the ink up, and you pull this out to load the paper in right here. Okay. Once it's loaded, you do the opposite thing. Put this in, push down the ink. Once you push the ink ribbon back down, you want to take the paper scrap tray and put it back in, and push the door back up. Once you have that done, you want to slip in this printer panel here. Now normally this panel here is bolted, so it's in a tight position. But you slip it underneath here, and then you slip this over on this side here, and it stays in place. The last piece is the paper catch tray, and this goes up here and velcros to the printer, so when the prints come out, they stop right here and people can grab them. Now I've put these curtains on here. If the camera can come closer here, I want to show you how to put the last curtain rod here on. This last kerner rod here goes into this upper hole here, and then come over to the other side, goes into this other hole right over here, and then you go ahead and take the curtains, oops, and then stick it in all the way. Put it in there, and then you cover up with the curtain like so. And the last thing I would suggest you doing is take this gaffer's tape that we ship with it, and go ahead and take some of the tape off the roll, and just cover up these aluminum bars here so that no one trips on them by accident. They're very low, but just in case, it's good to tape them. Thank you for watching. Okay, so this curtain rod goes on top of this metal bar here, and also on top of this metal bar over here. And there's some set screws here that you can loosen up. Once you have them loosened up, it should go down firmly into place here. To loosen up both of them, there's two of them. And then once you have it down, you want to go ahead and tighten those set screws. They're little black thumb screws. Same thing over here. And it's really important to tighten these down. It keeps the whole two sections together really firmly. If you don't tighten them down, you have some unruly customers push on it, there's a chance that these two can separate. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other curtain rod the exact same way.